This episode is sponsored by football's ultimate survival game. Let's see who's the final one standing.
AFTV Transfer Daily, a show that keeps you up to date. Your players will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. It's our last day here today in Hong Kong, and it's been absolutely brilliant, apart from the performance of Arsenal last night in the North London derby. First North London derby to be played outside of the UK, took place at the Kai-Tak Stadium, and Arsenal lost by 1-0. It wasn't a great performance by Arsenal. I've got to commend the fans though. The fans in that stadium were absolutely fantastic. Sold out, record attendance there. And actually, I said yesterday 80%. I think I might even upgrade that to around about 85% of that stadium last night were Arsenal fans. You know, for all you Tottenham fans who think you're a big club or as big as Arsenal, I think you've got a reminder last night that despite Son, you know, and his undeniable support that he has in the Far East, that stadium was all Arsenal. Unfortunately, on the pitch, the performance wasn't all Arsenal. Arsenal losing by 1-0. I still feel, right, that it was a foul in the build-up. I don't think that goal would have been given in the Premier League. It was definitely a foul on Mars Lewis-Skelly. However, take that out of it, remove excuses. It wasn't a great performance by Arsenal. Wasn't a great performance by Arsenal, despite the fact that I was looking at the stats for it. We had 16 shots on goal, 13 corners we had, including trying out some new corner routines that didn't really work out, and 55% of the possession. But still, there's still an issue, and that issue still seems to be on that left-hand side. We're going to come to that in a minute. Gyökeres only got 13 minutes in total, and the amount of time that was wasted, you know, in the game. Right, probably he's only, you know, on the pitch for about 7 minutes. I didn't remember really even touching the ball. Mikel Arteta coming out afterwards and saying that, listen, we're going to see more of Gyökeres in the Emirates Cup games. There is one next week, Wednesday, and next weekend as well. Mosquera also got some time as well, but still no time for Gabriel. Still no time for Urian Timber. And also Calafiori was still out. Those three said to be fit for the Emirates Cup as well. So, not a great performance, but all in all, this tour, you know, I mean, 2 wins and 1 defeat. And let's, you know, just remember before people get carried away, AC Milan, who we beat in our first game of the tour, beat Liverpool in the same stadium here at the Kai-Tak by 4-2. So nothing to get carried away for, but we don't like losing to Tottenham. That's the thing. Just before I get into the transfers, don't forget, final one standing. I've been talking about this. And reminding people that if you want to play along with us, jump in. We're going to be battling week in, week out, right, for the final one standing. It's a great little game. Remember, you choose one team, right? First Premier League game of the season, choose your one team to win. If they draw, right, or if they lose, you're out. If they win, you progress through to the next week. But remember, you can't repeat the team that you chose before. If you chose Arsenal for the first week, that's it. You can't choose them again. You're going to have to choose another team the next week. It really is a good little game, right? And the good thing about it, it's free to play, and there's £500,000 up for grabs. So
you lot are always in the comments saying that we don't know ball. Well, now it's your chance to prove it. Could you predict the Premier League if we offered you £500,000 to do it? We've partnered with William Hill to bring you final one standing. The rules are simple. Pick a Premier League team every week. Win, you stay in. Lose or draw, you're out. But you can only pick each team once. It's free to play, and there's £500,000 up for grabs. That's right. £500,000. Perfect. You need to have a William Hill app to play, so scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description below to get involved. 18 plus, UK only. Please gamble responsibly. Terms and conditions apply, and full terms are in the link below. Let's see who's the final one standing.
If you want to get involved, you want to, come and test me, right? All you got to do is scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description for final one standing. Now, as I was just saying, an issue that I've seen on this tour over on that left-hand side, it seems to be the problem for Arsenal, not just in the game last night, but also in the game against AC Milan and in the game against Newcastle. That left-hand side just doesn't seem to be functioning in the same way as it is on that right-hand side, and Arsenal's still looking for this left winger. However, real bombshell news that came out last night, right? That Eberechi Eze's £68 million release clause, which on yesterday's show, I said expired 2 weeks before the end of the transfer window, being told by Samuel Mokbel, who's always a very reliable journalist, that actually that release clause expires today, Friday. It's actually 2 weeks before the season starts. So that, that release clause expires today. That means, because how the release clause would have worked is that Arsenal put £68 million down on the table. We want Eze. They have to let him talk to us. If he wants to move, there's nothing they can do about it. Unless you're that Marinakis guy from Nottingham Forest who somehow still managed to do something about it. But you can't do nothing about it, right? Now that is expiring today. That means if Arsenal by the end of the day, UK time, do not meet that release clause, they don't have to sell him. They can dig their heels in and they can say, we are not selling Eberechi Eze, even if you offer us 100 million. So, quite significant day. However, Arsenal are said to be still pretty relaxed in this. They know about this release clause expiring today, and they're still going to try and go for Eze, but they're just not willing to pay £68 million. They probably looking to pay it in installments, and that's what their stance has been all along, and they're still looking to do it in that way, and they're still comfortable in that is how they're going to do it. Eze still wants to come to Arsenal, although Eze has not thrown his toys out the pram. He's not trying to force a move. So what's going to happen with this deal? This just got a whole lot more interesting, because Palace can say, no, we're not selling. I mean, listen, we're right into negotiation times now. Right into negotiation times. Palace, as we've been told, are still willing to sell, but they want £30 million up front and the rest in instalments. Arsenal don't want to do it that way. This one, people, is going to roll until the end of the transfer window, unless there was, say, to be a deal done between Eze and Palace, where he signed a new deal, a bit like what happened at Forest, and he's just not for sale. But definitely, we need a left winger. Also, Leandro Trossard went down injured yesterday. And remember, he's been linked with a move away to Borussia Dortmund. Mikel Arteta saying it doesn't seem like a serious injury, but they need to assess it. But he went down. Could Arsenal also go for Rodrygo now, if they can't get Eberechi Eze? But remember, £86 million, that £100 million release clause, well, not even £100 release clause in this case, £100 million is what, €100 million, is what Real Madrid are looking for Rodrygo. Arsenal not willing to pay that either. Again, if they go for him, it's going to be all about negotiating. And what about Gabriel Martinelli? He hasn't had a good pre-season so far. Shouldn't get carried away, but so far, he's still not making us think that things are looking different from last season, where he struggles sometimes on that left-hand side. Heavily criticised on this pre-season tour, sometimes a bit unfairly, because listen, every player's at a different stage. They've got to get back their fitness, and they've got to get back to, the levels that we want to see them at come that first game of the season. But Ben Jacobs, a journalist, claiming that Arsenal have already informed certain clubs that have, made inquiries about Gabriel Martinelli, that he is not for sale. Arsenal not looking to sell Martinelli this summer. The Saudi clubs like Al Nassr have been interested. But he's not for sale. Bayern were another club that are interested. They've now bought Diaz. They won't be moving into him. So it does look like Martinelli's going to stay. So more likely for Trossard to go. But can Arsenal get that left winger in? And how affected is that now with this bombshell about the release clause expiring today? I tell you, this Eze thing's going to roll and roll throughout this transfer window. We got a month left. It's the 1st of August today. The window, expires at the end of this month. Can Arsenal get that left winger in? Thanks for watching the show today. I want to thank everybody who's come up to me since we've been on this tour of the Far East and said that they've been enjoying Transfer Daily. All the fans in Singapore, all the fans here in Hong Kong, the fans that I met from China as well yesterday. Absolutely incredible. I think the support that Arsenal have down this region of the world has been absolutely amazing and continues to be so. And I hope that I can come back here very, very soon. But thanks to everybody. It's been wonderful, this tour. But it's back to the UK. Transfer Daily back in the studio tomorrow. So look out for that. And we'll be keeping you up to date with everything that's happening. Thanks for watching. And see you soon.